In this video, I'm going to explain how this Saramonic microphone system is far better than the DJI Mic system and yet will still save you over $100. Yeah, stick around. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the DJI system. I started with the Mic 1, this is the Mic 2, and I'll probably be getting the Mic 3 as soon as they have a Mic 3 Pro version that allows you to put in an external lav mic. Now, this video is not sponsored, and Saramonic did not reach out to me to ask me to do a video on this. I reached out to them because I saw this at Cinegear this year, and I thought, you know what? This is really interesting. Now, full disclosure, I was able to persuade Saramonic to send me this for free, but no other money exchanged hands, and I get to say whatever I want. But before I get into a demonstration of these systems, I want to talk about price. The Saramonic Ultra lists for $269, or you can get a version that doesn't come with the lav mics for $30 less. The DJI Mic 2, on the other hand, has a list price of $349, so $110 more. Now, to be fair, I've seen significant sales on both of these products, but just looking at the list price, well, that's a difference of $110. So even if this is a little less, this is a little less, there's still going to be a significant savings. So let's start with a $110 advantage for Saramonic. Now, before we talk about the differences and some of the sound quality, I want to talk about some of the things that are identical. First of all, it appears that Saramonic has pretty much ripped off the idea of the case from DJI. Now, the DJI case is all metal, and it has a little lock on here. I really do like that. This one doesn't have a lock, but it's magnetic, and it stays pretty closed. I don't have a problem with that. And, of course, it has a USB-C on the back, just like the DJI. Now, while the Saramonic is plastic, it has this kind of roughness to it that I kind of like. It feels good in the hand, and it grips really well. And it has a metal hinge, so, well, that's the important part. It also has this nice little light on the top that I probably wouldn't pay any extra money for, but it is a nice little touch. On the DJI, there's also some lights along the bottom, and this is great because it tells you whether or not your case is fully charged. Over here, this little logo light will also tell you whether or not this is fully charged. It just won't tell you whether it's only half charged. The Saramonic is slightly taller, it's slightly thicker, and slightly wider. The DJI comes with this really nice case that protects it very well as giving you room for your other items. Yeah, I really like this bag. Saramonic, it gives you a bag to put this and the other accessories in it. So when comparing value, well, I think I'm going to have to take something away from Saramonic because, yeah, the bag itself is much better over here. And what would I pay to have a better bag for my microphone system? Well, I'd probably pay an extra $10 for that. So let's take away $10 from Saramonic. Yeah, I really like having nice bags to carry my equipment around. Oh, and DJI claims that this case will charge these units twice, whereas you get 3 charges out of this case. So what's that difference worth to me? Well, actually nothing, because I've never run out of battery with the DJI system, and 2 times charging has been plenty for me. 3 times, I guess it's nice, but you know what? Let's just give them another buck. So while it personally doesn't mean a whole lot to me, if you're a person that relies on battery power a lot, well, maybe it does mean something to you. Oh, but sadly, neither one of these systems allow you to have the wind muffs on and close the case. Yeah, that's a disappointment. Now, the specs on these microphones are very, very similar, and we'll see that when we get to the audio test. They both record 32-bit float internally and send over 24-bit over to the camera. They both have a touchscreen operation. They both have a cold shoe adapter, although the Saramonic has a clip here as well. That could come in handy. Saramonic is slightly bigger, but, generally, they're pretty much the same. Now, one of my favorite things with the DJI microphone is that for $49 more, you can buy this little adapter and slide it in like that. And now you can put this right on your Sony camera, and you don't have to put the little wire that goes out and in. This goes straight into the multifunction port of most Sony cameras. This has been fantastic to me, and it's been one of the reasons why I've stuck with the DJI system. But you know what? Saramonic, not to be outdone, well, they have such a system as well for Sony cameras. And there's 2 things I like better about this system. First of all, rather than just sort of sliding on like this one does, where you're not really sure if you've got the contacts in there or not, and it can be easily knocked out, whoops. On the Saramonic system, you put it in and you twist, and it locks in there really, really well. Yeah, this is much better. And guess what? It's $19 cheaper. So what is it worth to me to be able to get this adapter for $19 less? Well, $19. Yeah, big win for Saramonic. And another advantage the Saramonic has over the DJI that doesn't mean a lot to me, but it might to you, is the range. Yeah, this claims that it can go an additional 50 meters by using this little antenna that sticks into the side. Whoops, that's the mic jack. Now, personally, I've never needed to leave my camera 300 meters behind, and if I did, I would probably use the backup recording inside of the microphone rather than rely on this. But that said, it might come in handy for someone. So what's that worth to me to have this little antenna on here? You know what? I'm going to give it $5. Why not? But now I want to talk about a feature that does mean a lot to me. There is no weatherproofing on this DJI product, but this has an IP rating of apx5, which means you can pretty much splash water on it. You can't submerge it in water. Water is going to be under pressure and then it's going to go into this unit. But splashing water on it, yeah, it's pretty well weather sealed. That is fantastic. And what would I give to have this weather sealed? Well, I'd probably pay an extra $20 for that feature. Now, to be fair, I am taking Saramonic's word that these are weatherproofed. I'm not going to splash water on them. Sorry about that. And there's another professional feature that only comes with the Saramonic, and that's Timecode. You don't get that out of the DJI. Not yet. They'll probably have it in the DJI Mic 3 Pro system, but even then, it'll cost a lot more money. So what would I pay to have Timecode on this device? Well, I'd probably pay an extra $20 because there have been times on a professional shoot that I've needed to be able to sync up my cameras to theirs, and being able to have Timecode, well, it can come in handy. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, would you please hit the like button? It's the easiest thing you can do to help me get this video out to more and more people. Oh, of course, you could also subscribe, but, well, I don't know. Are we ready for that kind of commitment? Well, I am, if you are. So the value for the Saramonic keeps stacking up, and we haven't even got to sound quality, which we're going to do right now. So this is the built-in microphone on the Ultra, and it's going into the Sony a7S III with the adapter, and it sounds like this. And now this is the internal microphone of the DJI Mic, and it sounds like this. So back to the Saramonic, it sounds like this. Now to my ears, this sounds a little bit better than the DJI. Here, listen to the DJI again. Now to me, the internal microphone of the DJI is great, and it is certainly good enough. I can work with this microphone. There does seem to be more sibilance or high end in the Saramonic. I really do like that. It seems a little more muffled and boxy on the DJI. But as I go back and forth, well, I think you can hear a difference. But to be clear, I'm very happy with the sound quality out of both of these microphones. But you know what? I don't usually just hook up a microphone like this onto my chest. I know it's been very popular with content creators because it's quick and it's easy and it's pretty good audio, but I always like using an external lav. Now, one of the great things about the Saramonic microphone system is it comes with two of these really nice lav mics. You can get a version without them for $30 less, but I would suggest that you pick these up because then your lav mics are really just costing you $15 each. So here's the DJI microphone that doesn't even come included with the DJI system that you have to spend $50 each for. Yeah, these are not great microphones and I would not buy them. And while maybe not the best microphones in the world, these Ultras are certainly good enough, and they sound great to me. Now, just for fun, let's compare this to a higher-end microphone from Saramonic from the K9 system. Yeah, this little lav microphone is super tiny and super easy to conceal. And to me, it sounds great. So switching back to the Ultra for a minute, well, you can hear that it sounds really good as well. Yeah, Saramonic makes fantastic lav mics, whether they're small or large, whether they're a little more expensive or a little less. So I hope I've made my claim that the Saramonic microphone is a fantastic value, and that even if it were priced another $165 more, it would still be worth it when compared to the DJI Mic system. Now, at the beginning of this video, I told you there was one reason why the DJI Mic system might be better than the Saramonic, and it wasn't just the bag, although the bag is better. No, the biggest reason to keep the DJI system is if you have the DJI Pocket 3. Yeah, because there's a built-in receiver right in here. And even though the Pocket 3 will take the Saramonic with a USB-C connection, do you really want to hang it off the bottom here or do something like that when there's a built-in receiver right in the unit itself? I don't think so. So other than this one use case, well, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't get the Saramonic over the DJI if you were buying from scratch. Now, if I already own the DJI, would I sell it to buy the Saramonic? Probably not. I'd probably wait for another system to come out that beats both of these. If you want to see that microphone, well, you'll have to wait because they haven't made one yet. You might want to hit the subscribe button because when it comes out, I'll probably review it on this channel. Hey, thanks for stopping by.